On today's Top Talks, controversial discussion about gender.
What?
Stand by. All right, welcome back, gents. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm back here with my boys Randy and King, Rogelio, and our special guest today is Brennan.
Hello.
You know him from previous two podcasts ago.
Yep.
So, guys, today I want to talk about something controversial. I've been watching some shorts and YouTube videos of this guy named Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
He's the CEO of Young. What is it again?
Oh, Turning Point.
Turning
That's what
Point.
you said earlier.
Yes, Turning Point. He's the CEO of Turning Point, and he goes to colleges and talk about controversial issues with the students, and they debate back and forth about it.
Nice.
And there's one interesting
Topic.
topic that he talks about, and it's gender. So I want everybody here to watch his video and see what what your opinion about the subject on.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Charlie Kirk.
Okay, how many genders are there?
Many. It's actually like quantifiable.
How about a number?
Impossible.
Quantifiable, good.
No, it's so many because.
Give
the
me a
way
number,
that-
any number.
Okay, well, the way the data breaks down, this is why you don't understand it.
Number.
You don't actually care about learning. One number. There's so many. The way that the.
So many. So many's not a number.
chromosomes actually break down with intersex genders and the way that it actually happens. That is the starting point that you learn in like 5th grade. But when you actually do
Like
real
5th grade.
experiments, you learn that the way that data breaks down when it comes to.
Can you give me a number or not?
genders,
Number?
A number? You have 2. That's 6th grade science. When you move on, there are hundreds of different categories.
So what you
of
learn in
genders.
6th grade becomes less true as you get older?
That's
Like gravity
a,
becomes
that
less
is
true?
a basic building
Newton's
block
third
that
law
children
becomes less
learn
true?
in order to understand the concept of gender. When you break it down into actual
Gender and
experiments when it
sex
comes
are
to
directly
chromosome and sex, it breaks down into hundreds of different categories that actually differentiate between just 2 genders. What you're saying is there are facts and you don't believe in there being opinions.
Yes, I am
and
saying
feelings.
that there are
this
facts.
This is a scientific fact that if you talk to any biologist, you will learn.
So in biology they teach you
are
that there's
completely
XX
just
and
using
XY
a historical,
chromosomes?
not
So give me a
scientific-
number of how many genders there are. Then we can start.
Hundreds, many. It breaks
Unlimited,
down.
right?
It breaks
So
down
it's
in so
anything
many
you
more
want to be,
categories.
anything you feel?
No, it's what scientists determine given specific
X,
categories.
XY.
Why do you need a number if you're
Bingo.
already
Why do you need a number? That's a great
You
question.
literally have no idea how it works. You're
Because
using
then you could
6th grade
self-identify to
basis.
be anything you want at any time.
Literally, biologists are saying that this is the way
so,
the gender actually breaks down.
so you would accept the argument that you can self-identify to be anything at any time.
Yes, because literally
Okay.
biologists have
That's
told me
what's
that
wrong
gender-
with not having a number.
There are hundreds of different numbers.
So why
Hundreds
not?
of different ways that gender and
So
sex
like
break
I said
down.
earlier, I could be a bobcat, I could be a fox, I could be a snake,
Literally not even the case.
I could be anything.
No.
You are literally saying that
So
people who
not
do
the
that-
actual
XX,
point.
XY, 2 genders, 2 sexes, they're directly
You're just
related.
repeating words over and over again.
Because
They're
it's
not
true
actually
and you're not
true.
disproving it.
I am.
He
How?
doesn't have an argument. Just like seriously, there's nothing there.
No, I know, but it's more
She keeps interrupting.
making
It's
it
good. I
clear
like
that
it.
they are
She
not
doesn't like my
welcome to
face,
be
so
here
that's
and
it.
say these things more than I think I'm going to convince him.
I hear you.
I think they're idiots. I think it's mainly to just have an air of like, if you're gonna come in here, you're gonna be uncomfortable and you're gonna have to put up a good fight, which you're not doing. You're really quoting like super basic, shitty science that is just meant to teach.
But
you.
okay, but again, you don't have a number. I just want to recap. that.
Hundreds. There's hundreds of different
So where would
ways
you
that
put?
data breaks down.
Okay, so the data breaks down in 2 very simple predominant categories: XX and XY, and that's
No.
no. Oh, so there's not male and female.
I mean, to a certain degree, but there are different ways that breaks down. When you actually get into sex and gender and X and Y chromosomes, it doesn't just break down in the way that there's many different ways.
And how would you categorize society then? Do you think men and women
Well,
are
I would go by
categorically different?
specific scientific criteria and then go off of what that study and that information actually says. You see, that information breaks down into much more difficult and complex things than you can just say in 5 seconds with two different genders. I think what happens is you don't understand science and scientific
Oh, I don't.
backing.
Oh, okay. So
And you just want to
so I
put
can
forth this
so
like
I
fascist
so
simple.
oh fascist simple. Here we go.
ideology
That's interesting.
that will keep you.
So what is fascist about saying there's two genders?
Is you're just being completely not faithful to what actual science is telling you.
No,
because you
science
wanna
is
put
quite
forward
simple. That
your
there's
own
a-
oppressive narrative
Oh,
about
oppressive.
how you think
So, and now I'm
genders should be
oppressive.
believed.
How am I being oppressive? This is the truth comes out eventually. So, how am I being
Yeah,
oppressive?
you're being oppressive.
How am I being oppressive?
You're being oppressive by denying people the ability to have.
How have I
their
denied
own
anyone
identity.
anything? Okay, denying people identity. People can identify however they want. I'm only going to use two genders. That's the way that.
Also, it's eventually you're the problem and you're going to get pushed out of the
Anyone
way.
who does not identify by like a female or male, you can identify them as an animal. You were saying
No,
that
no, I haven't
the
said
way
that.
You could identify yourself.
I think
as like a
history
fucking
has sort of proven
bobcat.
where your type of people are.
No,
gonna
I
end
asked
up.
if I could be a
Yeah, I
bobcat,
have an essay
and
to
somebody
write
said
that's
yes
actually
earlier, and you
fun.
said no.
You're a bobcat.
I'm a bobcat. I can be whatever I want to be. I can be a tree.
It's a
I
bobcat.
can be an 85-year-old person. Why not?
All right, I'm late to class. Have fun, bobcat.
Okay.
Wow, that's pretty. So, two discussions, two sets.
Right.
So some people say it's not science that you have a multiple hundreds of genders, and but then again on the other side you have XX and XY chromosome.
Right.
So what is it really? Is there hundreds of genders? What is a gender? Right? Some people say it's male and female. Some people
Right.
say it's man and woman.
Right.
My opinion to this is, and this is one topic that I kind of use common sense, is you have a patient going to the hospital.
Right.
There's certain things that some
Yeah.
medicines react to males, some medicines react to females,
Right.
right? Or if in order to diagnose the individual, you need to know if they have an XX chromosome or XY chromosome,
Right.
right? You can't just say, oh, this person is a non-binary telecommunication satellite, whatever case the gender may be. So I think people are misconstruing biological markers as gender,
Right.
if that makes sense. Because gender to me is like a social construct.
Right.
You,
Like a baseline, basically.
yeah, like a baseline, like
And then whatever you want to do after that is it's on you. Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying?
yeah, it's kind of like I claim to be Filipino.
Right. That's your baseline.
That's my baseline. I'm Filipino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you claim to be white thereafter, that's on you.
Yeah.
That's your opinion.
But so
Is that what
think
you're
about
saying?
it. My opinion on the matter is,
Yeah.
don't misconstrue gender and sex. I think gender and sex is the same.
Okay.
I
Okay.
believe it's the same, because if you start saying that I'm a male
Mhm.
or I'm a man
Right.
and I'm actually a female,
Right.
right? Then there's gonna be issues. One, how are we gonna treat you?
Yeah.
And the other issue is, why are you trying to force me to call you
Right.
whatever you want? I don't give a shit I don't crap what you think.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You don't feed me.
Yeah. 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 Okay.
And that almost happened to me actually in the gas station.
Right.
I was behind the line, and the person in the front, the clerk, was like, "Good morning, ma'am." To the guy, to the guy.
Oh.
Clearly, it's a guy, because to me he looks like a guy.
Right.
And the person said, "Excuse me, I'm not a ma'am. I'm a sir." Like, wow. But he's a kaboob, right? You will decide like, oh, either that's man boobs, or well, you can tell anyway if a person's a female or male.
Right. Right. Okay.
So now we're gonna have a social issue where you don't greet anybody now, or like, good morning, dude, or whatever. So my opinion on it is, yeah,
I
it's
don't even say anything. I just say good morning.
Yeah, you can. But if you're being proper,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, you're trying to be proper.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, whatever happens to like, I don't know. I grew up where nobody cares.
Exactly.
Like,
Who gives two?
we had, a lot of even high school, a lot of guys posing, call it Hawaii Mahu. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
We don't care what they did.
Yeah.
They just,
Mahu?
Mahu means,
Mahu?
means in Hawaii means gay. You know what I mean? Like,
It doesn't matter. Like,
if you're a guy, that's
but it's made for guys.
right. That's basically saying, gay, basically. You know what I mean? But nobody cares. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's discriminating them. We just know that they're there. You know what I mean? Like they did whatever they did.
Yeah.
My classmate was one. I still call in him. He didn't care.
Yeah.
But we know. Am I making sense? Like,
Yeah, it makes sense.
it wasn't an issue. Is what I'm saying.
It wasn't an issue before. Now it is.
Well, I think now I think it's just. I'm trying to understand what the issue is with them because they've been around. Obviously.
So, do you think that
Yeah.
it wasn't an issue before because we didn't pay attention, but it was truly an issue before? It's just now that they're being more vocal.
I think I'm not sure if I understand your question, but I think what I meant is they're demanding too much. I think of for instance, right? Like I think one of the problems nowadays is like the bathroom, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a big one.
Whether you a mahu. I'm gonna keep saying that since I already said what the definition is, but they use the male bathroom in my high school.
Mm.
They can't go in the female bathroom. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Because just the nature of what they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And me as a, having a daughter, I think that's the part that I just don't agree about as far as this issue. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
'Cause I don't really care what they do.
No, what I'm saying
Yeah.
is, I mean, to be honest, just
Yeah.
lately,
Yeah.
past couple of years,
Right.
that I've noticed that this type of
Problem.
issues
Oh,
are
yeah,
coming
yeah,
up,
yeah.
right?
Topics, basically.
Yes, all
Yeah.
the topics is
Yeah.
being, circulated.
Yeah.
So I was thinking whether like 10, 20, 30 years ago,
Right.
where when back in the day, it seems like it was okay and everything was nice and silent.
Yeah.
It's just because they were quiet, they didn't feel empowered to actually ask or like pursue what they want.
Okay.
And then now it just past maybe I don't know exactly when it started,
I
but
see
it's
what you're saying
now
now.
it's more it's out there.
I see what you're saying now.
It's out in the forefront. We
Yeah,
could
yeah.
see it. We could hear it.
Right.
It's being taught.
Social media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it's awareness is like right here.
Okay. I see what you're saying now.
So I don't know.
I think maybe because one is social media.
Yeah.
I think that's why we hear it more now. Obviously, the access to hearing it is obviously higher than before.
Yeah.
Because back then, how do you communicate? It's either TV or a landline, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no other way to see it. Like you can be in school all day and not know what happens in the world.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
now
Yeah.
you can basically see that at any given time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's one of the reasons why I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's what you're kind of asking. Why is it more a topic now?
Yeah. It's like it's right there in your face. Like
Yeah.
just like you before.
Yeah.
Like I had classmates when we were in still elementary, high school,
Right.
and they were, I went to an all boys school, and
Right.
they were flamboyant,
That's right.
right?
Yeah.
But nobody picked on them. They were still
or cares really.
right, and they were like part of the group.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That's right. Yeah. They're accepted. I think maybe not. Well, again, that is the word. They're accepted as the way they are.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's where social media came in and kind of like what you said they accepted, right? But they
Yeah.
were okay with it back then,
Yeah.
and then now society is not, and it shouldn't be like that. So like how they said in Hawaii,
Yeah.
you just greet everybody good morning. That's just the island way, right?
Yeah.
But I
You
think
say how's it?
because of how's it?
How's it?
How's it? What are you doing?
Yeah.
But I think back then nobody cared because
Yeah.
like you said, it wasn't a big deal.
Right.
But with social media, with TV, with with all this, I think it changes the dynamic of things because we never cared. You are who you are, and nobody cared. Especially the arguments.
Right.
We never cared.
Yeah, or it's okay. You're accepted.
Yeah.
Don't push it on me or
That's
something.
right.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point because, like I said, they were accepted. They know, and we know, but they never just shove it on our throat like, hey, I gotta, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm this and that. You need to treat me as this and that. I've never heard that before.
You know,
You know what I mean?
I've been corrected before,
Right.
and of course, initially it's a shock to get corrected.
Right.
But at the same time, either just to keep the peace.
Right.
I mean, it's just being civility, right?
Yeah.
So okay, I get it. Let me know how you want to be called,
That's right.
and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
But I'm still treating you as a person.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's the main key. That's everyone's forgetting anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm just like you. I'm gonna, hey, whatever you say. I'm not losing anything just by saying one word. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think that's what you're getting at, right? Like if you want me to call you a ma'am, okay, so whatever.
Yeah, and then not saying that you're just calling them just to be appeasing.
Right.
If
It doesn't mean I believe though.
right, it doesn't mean I believe it.
Yeah.
But if that makes you better,
Yeah.
okay, I think I could deal with that.
Yeah, and I think
Like
also
whatever.
on the other side, if you want to be called something, be nice about it. Don't be an asshole. So,
Yeah.
I mean, like, no, I'm a lady. Okay, you don't have to go to that far.
That's right. You
want me
don't have to be a
respect you.
dickhead, basically. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, hey, look, you know what I mean? It is what it is.
Right.
I didn't know. Whatever.
Exactly.
But on the video,
Yeah.
I mean, they were just trying to determine like how many genders are there.
I think that's what they were trying to argue about is, because I kind of agree with the point that he was saying, like, because if you got to have a baseline for almost everything. You know what I mean? You got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Now they're talking about like how many genders. So what's the baseline? Like I said, I think to me, my opinion, the baseline is male and female, and whatever you do from there, whatever they said 100, so infinity. If that's what they want to be, then it is what it is. But know that the baseline is male and female.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
And then whatever you do from that baseline.
So this is where I'm gonna
That's your
segue
opinion.
and then disagree to that.
yeah.
Because if you characterize
Right.
the two baselines and then
Yeah.
branch off to multiple genders,
Yeah.
then we're gonna have an issue. So
Yeah.
some of the issues that I see is, for example, the bathroom issue, right?
Yeah.
So would you have your daughter
Yeah.
in with a person that identifies as a female or whatever?
No. That's what I meant by baseline. As long as the baseline is male and female. So let's say we all know that, we all agree there's male and female, and
Yeah.
then you decided to be a goat.
Yeah.
Right. Just to remember that the baseline, you're a male. So when
Okay,
you use
okay.
the bathroom, you gotta
Oh.
use the male bathroom.
Bro, goats go outside.
On the grass. You're right. Or over at the park. But you know what I mean?
But here's the
that's what I
thing.
mean by baseline. Like, hey, because it's at the end of the day, to me, if you veer off from the baseline, everything else after that is just your own opinion,
Yes.
your perception,
That's where I agree with you.
your perception.
And there's a reason why
Yeah.
it's gonna be problematic if we have all these genders
Right.
out there. So if they make it official, like yes, there are 135 genders.
Oh, I do not
Let's-
agree with it being official, though.
That's what they're trying to do.
I think she was kind of confused though. I think she was trying to. He was saying there's only male and female. I think she was talking about sexual preference.
I think so
Like,
too.
yeah, I think she was getting at being gay, being lesbian, being pansexual, being transsexual. I think she was getting at that sexuality. I don't think she was saying it correct.
Yes.
But that's not gender,
Yeah, but I think that's where she was confused.
Right.
And then-
that's not gender.
So and I understand what he's saying. I understand what she's saying.
Yes.
But she was getting at sexuality, what sexual preference, or your partner.
Yeah. I don't care what you do in the bedroom, as long as you don't.
But
Yeah.
If you identify by pronouns, and that's cool too. I mean, it's like you said, like back in the day, like I'm cool with whatever. Like you got to be open minded. Now it's 2024. You kind of got to be open minded with some things.
Right.
The problem with that is when it becomes a dictator to the policy, right? So when you change policy based on social construct, no policy, meaning that
Oh no, if you change it based on
the culture, the social construct that what they're trying to push.
yeah.
Because I've seen Congress have debates with people saying there's a lot of there's hundreds of genders, blah blah blah, whatever.
Right.
But here's the problem. The problem comes, okay, your analysis for the United States Army,
Yeah.
right? What how are you gonna have? And this actually happened to one of my soldiers.
Who's gonna watch you?
Yes.
Yeah.
So and then some soldiers are uncomfortable about that.
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean, or
Right.
in sports arena, right? And
Yeah.
Joe Rogan talked about this and
The
all that stuff.
boxing and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna have fill a form. Whenever you fill forms, what's your gender? Male, female?
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah. That's
Well, that's why I meant by everything after the baseline is just an opinion,
and that's
not
why I
a
agree.
policy.
Yeah.
That makes
I
sense?
don't think it's an opinion. I think it's that individuals
Opinion, perception.
not perception, but so I think everybody's gonna beat me up on this.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. It's self-satisfaction,
Right.
right? So an individual feels like I'm a bunny rabbit
Yeah.
with that's
me
who I
happy.
am. I identify as that. You need to comply with what my thoughts are, which is not healthy.
Which I don't agree about.
Well, it's not. It's
As
not
far
healthy.
as going back to the baseline.
Right. But go to a doctor and say, "Hey,
But a gender does not constitute like a bunny rabbit or a.
no, that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. There's multiple pronouns, gender they call it, saying that transsexual, bisexual, pansexual, it's hundreds, and you can identify as anything. That's what Charlie Kirk was arguing
Well,
about.
that's the part I don't agree about. I
Right.
don't think you can just.
I think that's sexual preference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's sexual preference.
Exactly. But what they're saying is gender is anything that you can do. It's more than 100. So whatever you identify as is your gender, even though it is sexual preference. But even if sexual preference is
Maybe I misunderstood that.
yeah. So that's where the problem lies. A lot of
Right.
people are misunderstanding each other.
Right.
Right? Gender is two, male and female.
Okay.
Male and female. That's it. That's gender. X X X Y.
Okay.
The other side saying that sexual preference, they also call it gender, and they also call it pronoun. So they're calling, okay, this is what I feel today. I'm gonna be a woman.
Right,
Call me
right.
her.
So it changes.
Yes. I'm gonna be. I feel like a bunny rabbit, female. Call me, Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's sexuality, but they
Yeah.
confuse that.
Right.
But and what I'm trying to say is,
Yeah.
okay, you go to a doctor.
Yeah.
Let's say all these issues, go back to the 85s. Go to the doctor. Hey doc, I'm a bunny rabbit. I feel like I have diarrhea because my pellets are not round. What the doctor's gonna tell you? You freaking crazy.
Yeah.
That means you have a mental issue.
Yeah.
Instead of complying to that individual's self-satisfaction. I am a bunny rabbit,
Yeah.
right? I'm telling you, I'm a bunny rabbit. You need to comply. You're not helping that person.
Yeah. I wonder. It's funny you said that. I wonder what they say when they go to the doctor. Like, I wonder what they say. Like, hey.
No, there was this one. I don't know if it's also Charlie Kirk. It was a question from a. He asked a question to an EMT who was trying to do the same.
Sinesh, that's the Indian guy.
Okay, because if there's a male guy that went for an emergency is saying that he's got contractions,
Yeah. I'm giving birth.
I'm giving birth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
exactly. You're crazy, man. You don't have baby.
Yeah.
And then here's the other argument that
Right.
males can give birth. Huh? Can you give birth?
I saw that argument too, which
Yeah.
is kind of stupid because
Well, here's
not.
As soon as they identify as a male,
Yeah.
but they're
Exactly.
biological.
so it's in actuality,
Got it.
in
I see what you
reality,
say now.
males don't give birth.
Yeah.
Females give birth,
Yeah.
but people that identify as males
Yeah.
give birth. That's
That's biologically a female.
yes.
Oh.
So they do that argument that yes, males can give birth. No. Oh no.
They're mistaken that.
We're not seahorses.
I'm just saying. I mean, it
Yeah.
scares me what's going on because our children are hearing this.
Is it only
Right.
here
It is well,
in the U.S.?
What's that?
no.
Is this only in the
You know,
U.S.?
the problem with this is since US is one of the most powerful, it is.
Yeah.
Most powerful country in the world and really followed by a lot of people.
So if I go to Japan, I'll see the same
Infection.
issues.
I
in
think
Japan.
it's
It's harder in Japan.
because we are seen everywhere, and you know the trend and everything that follows around the world. You know,
So
what I mean?
I do get a question for Brennan, like as a military guy, as a first sergeant.
yeah,
So what do you do? What's the army policy on that?
So whatever's on their deers,
Yeah.
that's what they identify as until they go through the process.
right.
So if they're going to go through the process, they can go through the whole process and
Right.
then they get identified, whatever.
But
male or
so
female.
let's say your analysis, you have a female. I mean, do
But
you-
but identifies as a male? Yeah, I'll watch.
but turn it the other way around. You know, you have a female identifies as a male. Do you have? I mean,
You mean
Yeah, come on.
no, a female. A male identifies as a female.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never been put in that situation, but
You gotta give him the little shoot, the little
Yeah,
shoot.
yeah.
well, that's why before they was offering the cup to everybody.
Yeah.
So there was a thing. There was offering the cup to everybody. You don't have to use a cup.
Right.
But I mean, that's one way of doing it.
Yeah, but you have to actually
someone gotta
physically.
watch it.
So,
You gotta watch.
So, and that's another thing I've never encountered that, and
Yeah.
probably
Maybe
that's
that's
that the army has to go through to
Yeah.
in order to get to that stage. But I would assume when they go to the process, I would
Right.
assume that they'll let the command know, hey, prior, this is what I claimed, and I went through the process.
So that's problematic. Now you have another bureaucratic rule
Yeah.
that the commander has to worry about to make these special people.
Well, I'm more concerned on who's watching.
Oh yeah, I know. I'll watch.
I mean, if I'm a first sergeant, I'd be like, shit. But
Exactly.
then again, we don't know I'm sure they have regulations on this, but you know, I'm sure. I mean, I hope so too, because I'm pretty sure they didn't just implement something without any, regulations. You know what I mean? That would be bad.
I mean, it's straightforward. It says if you're a female, you're gonna get a female.
No, I get
observer.
it. But he's saying that if you're in Deer's claim as a female, but you're a
Exactly.
male, so what's the regulation saying who watching that?
Exactly.
Whatever.
That's the problem.
You know what I mean?
Because your analysis is meant for a male observing a male.
It's a very good question,
observing a
actually.
female, and then now you have a transgender,
Right.
and you have a female observer observing a male
Right.
transgender to female.
You're right, because that could be a problem. Because let's say a female identifies as male, and then you're gonna be like, "Hey, Sergeant, so and so, you gotta watch this." Basically, a guy. Are you asking a female to watch the guy?
Right. And then let's just say that
What
that female observer has a past that she
Well-
hasn't talked
well,
about.
What if that female's? What if you can't find anyone to begin with?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, who's gonna watch that guy? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's kind of
that's
crazy.
a good
dude.
question.
That's a very good question, man.
I'm telling you, it's problematic.
Yeah.
That, I mean, it all started with somebody complaining about their privileges and I feel butthurt. Nobody called me by pronoun.
Right.
And then now this is that piece.
Yeah, and I think that's why they went to by calling everyone a warrior, right? to kind of eliminate that.
Well, yeah, and then but the army. I mean, we live by the 7 Army values, right? And respect is one of them, and
Right.
I guess you just treat people the way you want them to treat you, and
Yeah.
that's how you treat you go in that situation. I mean, as a
Right.
as a first sergeant,
Right.
you all sat with a diamond.
Yeah.
You would do the same thing, right? You would just
Yeah.
treat them as a person,
Right.
versus
Well, in
No,
the bathroom,
I get
in
all
the
of that.
bathroom is different.
yeah,
No. I get all the respect.
Yeah.
But going back to respect aside, when you have to, like I said, watch a guy, and you can't find anyone.
and you're a female.
You know
I
what
mean,
Yeah, that's kind of
yeah. I mean, the respect is there.
yeah. Hey, I'm gonna respect you, but I can't find anyone to watch
Well,
you.
maybe if they go through the whole process,
Right.
maybe commands will know. I mean, I've never. So me personally, I've never dealt with that.
Maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah.
When
So
you didn't go
maybe-
I know,
through it.
right?
Maybe
Yeah.
if commanders know they did the full changeover,
Yeah.
I mean, then they can not identify, but get a.
If
female
if you
observer
don't
or
have the
male.
genitalia anymore,
yes,
Yeah.
right?
they'll be
And you just
they'll be fine.
have, yeah, maybe it's fine.
Maybe,
Yeah.
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 But
Yeah.
again, you're asking. Well, if you're a commander, you don't have to ask really, but that's kind
I mean, you still fall on the hip, huh? So,
Yeah.
in a way. But you know what I mean. But you can't make me watch. You just like telling my daughter, "Hey, go watch that guy pee."
Right. So, is the army paying?
Am I making sense?
Is the army paying for the change?
I had a soldier before. He never finished the process, but I
Right.
know they're going through that process back in Korea.
What do you mean? What?
They're
Say
doing
that one more time.
So they're going
Chop it
through
off?
the process of
Changing over.
changing his parts to female.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's your taxpayer money.
So I mean, I don't know.
That's
if
not
the
cheap.
BCS.
No, it's not cheap, man.
I know he was in the transition.
And the army's doing this.
That's what I was trying. And he was doing the paperwork.
Wow.
Yeah.
When I was a platoon
But
sergeant.
they're not targeting the root of the cause. Psychological implication. You can only do one operation. After that, you can't go back.
Yeah, that's true.
That's gonna mess up a dude
Yeah,
or a gal.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like maybe right now, yes, I feel like a male, and there's a
Right.
lot of people that transition when they were teenagers,
Yeah,
and then they really regret it now.
right.
You know,
But it can't go back.
and ruin their life. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
How about
and
like
I don't
transsexual?
think that's right for the taxpayer or the people to pay for that, because it can't be reversed.
What would be a soldier that goes through these transition?
Right.
What's the qualification for them to qualify for that transition?
That's a good point.
Because I'm pretty sure, like,
Depression, maybe.
well, I'm pretty sure that they can't just be like, well, I've just been thinking to myself like a year ago, and I identify now as
Right.
whatever,
Yeah.
and I want to go through the transition. I'm pretty sure that this is like a lifelong process.
I'm sure it's not just one day I woke. Oh, I know what you mean. I think that has something to do with emotional.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
You do go through it as psychiatrist. You
psychiatrist.
do go through a psychiatrist, and
There's a
they
due
validate.
process. There's a due process.
Due
yeah.
process.
Yeah.
But that's again, like I say,
Yeah.
time now.
Right.
Down the road, you never know. You know, and that uncertainty,
Right.
because of that, why are we paying? Why are we paying for something that's uncertain anyway? That it may or may not help the individual. Because at the end of the day, you still want to help that individual, that soldier.
Mhm.
Right?
Right.
So, but I don't think transition is the solution. I don't think that's a solution.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's other programs, support. Maybe they can go through life and reinforce their identity, and then if by the age 50, 60,
Yeah.
okay, you want transition, go ahead. Because regardless, you can't have a baby anyway.
No, you can't.
You know what I mean? You can't.
No.
Or if a female, right, you can have a baby down the road. They want to have a baby now because biologically, genetically, we have the marker saying like at around age 30, that mother gene and say, "Oh, you gotta have a baby now." Right? That kicks in.
Yeah.
You transition to a guy. You can't get. Everything is already gone.
Well, that's why I said that's the decision that it's just like life.
Right.
Whatever you do is your own.
Yes, that's the key word. Your own,
You know what I mean?
not the government, not not taxpayers' money.
And that's my point. My point is, you know what I mean. The point I'm trying to make is, you have your own opinion on your life, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think it's right to change my life from your opinion
Right. Or
That makes
change
sense. Or everybody else.
change the culture
You know
of
what
an
I mean?
organization for.
But I'm gonna respect your opinion. Am I making sense? Like, I'm gonna respect whatever you do.
Yeah, because when I was in the army, we had
Yeah.
homosexuals,
Right.
trans,
It's always been around.
trans in the
It's
army.
not-
No problem.
not
No
new.
problem at all.
Yeah.
They know the roles. Hey, I'm a female,
Yeah.
but I in my mind I identify as a male. I'm still gonna follow army rules.
Yeah.
There's no problem.
That's right.
And I had actual leaders that homosexual, and they're great.
Right. Yeah.
There's no issue.
Mhm.
It's just now that they're changing. Remember what I said about once they change policy becomes
Right.
an issue. Now it's becoming an issue because they're changing policy.
Yeah.
That's
I think they need to be careful. I mean, sometimes changing policies are great, but you gotta be careful on what you're changing, because that's trickle effect.
Yep.
Like a snowball effect. Is what I meant.
What's that policy that was changed in the army?
So the policy is we can accept transgenders and we can
You
and then
can change your sex.
all the regulations
gender.
to
Wait, I'm sorry. You can change your gender, right?
Yes.
Don't ask, don't tell, right?
I'm
Don't ask,
sorry?
don't tell.
Oh, that's out of the
That
window.
was a policy before.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no such thing anymore.
no such thing anymore.
Yeah.
Which is don't ask them work fine.
Yeah.
There's no issue with it.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. Actually, like I said, I've never, maybe for us, especially for us, that's older folks, that's, like I said earlier, that never had issues in the past.
Yeah.
I don't really see, even this topic, I don't find it like an issue to me. It's like, why is this an issue? I
Yeah.
always ask myself.
No, I mean even the argument.
Yeah.
For me was different because
Yeah.
it seems like they're saying something that you and I, Brendan, are agreeing,
Yeah.
and they're calling everything else.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So-
like blowing out of proportion, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like, again, what I'm saying is,
Mhm.
it might be a nonsensical argument today, but they keep pushing it.
Yeah.
It becomes a policy.
Right. And again, I don't agree on changing policy, especially on that affects, I guess my daughter. I guess. Yeah. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right,
Because at the end of the day, any changes that they make will affect my life.
and that's what's happening now.
Or
So,
you know what I mean?
so you have states right now
Right.
that
Allows?
dictate.
They what?
Texas, like you can use, if you're identified as a female, you can go to a female bathroom. I think there's some states that does that now,
Yeah.
and then a
And
lot
no
of
question
people are
asked, and you don't have to prove it.
Yeah.
So I can go in the bathroom.
pretty much. So
That's
people
what I
are
disagree
complaining
about.
about that already,
You know what I mean? Some
People-
random pedophile, like, just say I'm a female.
and
You know what I mean?
like for example, that
Yeah.
guy that says, "Oh, I'm a female," and ended
Right.
up in the female prison, rape. Well, how many women? Three women or something like that.
Oh, really? Wow.
Oh yeah.
So maybe the problem is in society outside the army, because the
Yeah.
army is not.
Is that an issue in the army?
It's not an issue in the army.
Okay.
It's
That's a good
never
thing.
been an issue in the army.
Yeah.
You are who you are in the army.
Yeah.
That's what we see. We see
Black and white.
We see black and white,
Yeah.
green, U.S. Army.
Yeah.
And like I said about the soldier, I'm not sure if there was transitioning to changing or changing it on deers.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm not sure about. I
Yeah,
know
because
they
that
had
money could be
people-
used for training.
Now, well, I have high respect for
Right.
the military.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
of course.
And especially tackling all these new changes, keeping
Yeah.
up with the societal changes.
Yes.
They may have some policies that have changed,
Yeah.
but these are changes that they can control.
Right.
There's one thing that's nice about the army because
Yeah.
even though it's a big community,
Yeah.
but it's still small compared to the society,
The rest of the world. Yeah.
the
Yeah,
rest
yeah.
of the world. So now when and it's manageable, controllable, and they learn through their mistakes and continue to learn and grow.
Yeah.
But for the main part, for us,
Yeah.
we're very objective with a lot. Everybody got,
Right.
their 2 cents put in a bucket, and sometimes it does get lost in the sauce,
Right.
and it's hard to understand and translate,
Right.
and that's what we're all miscommunicating.
Yeah. What they're
Yeah.
trying to say.
Well, you're arguing two different things,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
and they're not meeting.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes when the argument gets so hot,
Yeah.
nobody wants to they don't want to stay and listen.
Right.
It's just like it's a wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Talk to the wall
Yeah, yeah.
because you're not listening to me, I'm
Yeah.
not listening to you.
Right.
There's no
It becomes an ego thing.
yeah, there's no compromise, there's no
Yeah.
understanding.
Right.
Now, just to get back, I do have learned ever since I retired from the military, I got more exposed with different communities.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of learning, believe me, because I
Yeah.
too have to change and understand.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that like I'm all for it. I still respect them, but I kind of see a little bit of where they're coming from.
Right.
Why is it so important for
Yeah.
them? It's just sometimes if you don't acknowledge somebody,
Yeah.
you're not seeing them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the self-worth, the self-personal worth is not there.
Yeah.
Yes, I do respect you,
Yeah.
but I'm not acknowledging. That's also a different
Yeah.
type of communication.
Yeah.
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 It's like agree to disagree.
Agree to
Agree,
disagree.
disagree. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you gotta be thick skinned too.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
But I do like what the army changed on opening genders on all branches.
Oh, I
I
love
like
it.
That's dude. I think that's one of the best things that they could ever done, man.
I wish I
Yeah.
saw it before I retired
Yeah.
in the infantry.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I wanted
like
to
that.
see it
Yeah.
because I know they can.
Yes.
oh,
That's-
there's some badass women out there.
Well,
man.
and that's the one that I agree that what the army did. Like, you know what I mean? Like opening. Like, hey, we don't care who you are. Just if you want to be this, go for it.
Because
You
if
want to be a Delta Force, go for it.
yeah, let me know because I know that there's some other armies
Yeah.
that they've always had it integrated,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
and we were
The
only
Aussies,
ones-
I remember the Aussies downrange, man. Yeah, they you know how they take shower.
Ah, the Israel army.
Israel,
Yeah.
right?
That's
There-
right.
There's
I know. I
it's
tried to
open.
join. Yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
say man.
Some
That was a
badass.
good topic.
badass soldiers.
Good
Yeah.
topic. This gender thing. Yeah.
No, it is. It's good because it's especially in the military. I think that's
Yeah.
a big deal.
I think my bottom line is, I really don't care what you
Yeah.
do, as long as you don't like with you, as long as it
Yeah.
doesn't affect me. Start
Yeah.
affecting me and my family, now
Yeah.
we have a problem.
Yeah, yeah. What does it say? You do you, boo.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I mean?
be your golden unicorn, man.
That's right. You do what you do.
You do what you do. So
Just don't let affect the bigger picture. To
So-
me.
yeah,
We were just talking about this offline, right?
yeah,
When we watched this video, the YouTube,
Yeah.
we're talking about college students already,
yeah.
and this topic goes a lot.
Oh
earlier.
yeah,
Yeah. A lot earlier.
A lot earlier.
Yeah.
yeah.
Which is, I don't know, man. That's a little.
What is going on with our
Different too.
colleges, though? Like, what are they teaching our kids instead of teaching them?
Focusing academically.
Yeah, instead of this social construct. I mean, it's so weird because when I went to college, I started biology. Blah, blah, blah.
Stick with the lesson plan.
Yeah,
Wait, that's a good question. So, how are they teaching biology or anatomy?
depends on the college.
Yeah.
Depends who. So
That's a good question. I just thought about that.
so think about it. Who writes the books for the class for college?
Professors.
The professor,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
There you go. So if you go to Columbia University, you
Yeah,
go
yeah, yeah.
all
Ivy
these,
Leagues.
like Ivy League, the left wing colleges,
Columbia's
right?
Ivy League.
You'll have those professors
Yeah.
putting their agenda on the books.
Right.
Yeah, they changed the curriculum, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Try to
Which you should not.
So
So how? Wait.
So the
Yeah.
the way they supposed to account them is
Right.
they're supposed to get validated for
The credentials.
the credentials. Yeah. So I don't know how they work around that. So
That's interesting, right?
good
Yeah.
old boy system, I guess.
On how they teach
Yeah.
human anatomy and biology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a genitalia, but you can have one too.
Yeah. Especially when they find.
Have you seen that kid with Steve Harvey?
No.
That little girl that says, "This is pelvis."
Oh yeah. I've seen that one.
That's
A
like,
cute girl. Yeah.
only a woman can have to
Yeah.
do this and do that.
That's how you find out. Like if you go to an archaeological site and the shape of the pelvis, you know if a male or female.
All right.
But in the future, they won't know what they identify as.
And that's my point. That's the baseline.
Exactly.
You gotta have a baseline. You gotta
Yes.
start somewhere.
Yeah. You don't believe me? Change my mind.
Yeah. Yeah. And whatever you do after the baseline, it's like getting
Yeah.
it's like getting what do you call that? JDM.
JDM.
You want it to go fast? Well, you put a turbo.
There you go.
But don't forget where you came from. You're just a 1.8.
No VTEC?
No VTEC.
No VTEC.
105
No VTEC.
horsepower. That's where you came from. What you do after that, that's on you.
I like VTEC.
Yeah.
VTEC kicked in, yo.
Yeah.
Good times. So we have
Yeah.
15 minutes.
Yeah, that's but no, on the serious note though, this is a really good topic just because it affects I think a lot of things. You know what I mean? And it's sad because it's dividing a lot of people.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It is.
And
But
it
don't-
shouldn't. It
You
shouldn't.
feel that like
Yeah.
country is somebody's dividing the country. I feel like
And that's what I feel too. And I think that's why for everyone that we should all know like, hey, let's not listen to this
Yeah.
madness. You know what I mean? Like I said, back in high school, you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
didn't have a problem with the Mahu.
The-
No problem at all. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
hey, you cool, I'm cool. Like, just don't touch my
Yeah. Well,
Just don't touch my okole, bro. That means ass. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we're cool.
Well, I mean, Sunny Army, somebody still cuts my checks, but
Yeah.
those somebody previously with me, it was okay.
Yeah.
You can randomly speak on a public forum.
Yeah.
That made it okay to get on social media and say whatever you want,
Yeah.
and that's when the country got really in turmoil.
yeah.
I'm not. It's an election year and it's gonna be crazy, but
Ooh, that's another topic that we can talk about.
We'll see.
I think this is going to be a one-sided discussion on this table.
Which one?
Who's going to win the election?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's gonna be interesting. Just like a lot of things, right? So
Yeah.
it's again, it's crazy having an opinion. That's what makes it good, actually.
Yeah.
That's what makes life good.
It's just like assholes.
That's right. It's an opinion.
So talk about assholes.
Yeah.
Next week we're gonna go live.
Assholes?
Yes.
Yeah.
The assholes gonna go live
This one-
online.
That's
This
right.
would have
Stay
been a
tuned for
good
that.
live.
Ooh.
Da.
You know what? This
Ooh.
one.
Yeah,
I
we'll
wanna
go
hear
live.
opinions.
So what are we gonna talk about when we go live?
Let's
Oh, how about this? No, let me answer that first. An option, right? So whoever listens to this podcast, they can give us an idea too.
There you go.
Yeah, on
Yeah.
top of our ideas,
on top of that ideas.
and then we'll pick whichever one's the best idea for live.
Okay. What time are we gonna go live? Is it gonna be on Friday next week or Saturday?
Pick one.
Saturday.
Okay.
What time?
What's good?
You
for
pick time.
everyone?
You pick time.
I think that
No, let's do Friday.
I think well, what's good for everyone, especially viewers, right? You know what I mean? Usually,
Yeah.
I think because Saturday people go out of town, people do this, people do that. I think Friday. What do you guys think? Friday?
Friday.
Oh, Friday.
Yeah.
Friday, what time? Same time? 18?
Yeah, let's do 18.
You good 18?
Yeah,
1800?
because nobody really do shit.
Okay,
At
1800.
Friday.
1800, which is 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for
Let's just
you.
do pizzas.
Pizzas,
Yeah.
beer,
Beer, whatever.
water, fire water.
We can do what we can do. Like we can talk about stuff. We can react stuff. We
Yeah.
can do whatever.
There's one thing that it depends. I remember when we were talking, Mario. We were discussing this a while ago.
Yeah.
That this table seems like it's all one-sided,
Right.
but there's a questionnaire out there that actually tells you how far left you are,
Yeah.
how moderate you are, or how far right you are, or
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Oh, we'll do that on Friday
you can
live.
do that on
Yeah.
Friday live. Bring
Yeah.
your computer so you can check it out.
Can I do it on
Yeah.
my phone?
You can do it on your phone.
There you go.
I
Bring,
like that.
bring. Don't forget your phone.
Yeah. Always
Who
got.
leaves their phone at home?
I
Robin?
mean, who the hell leaves their phone? If you
All
leave your
right.
phone, I don't know, man.
We got 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh shit! Oh
There's a gala
yeah, there's a gala Saturday.
Saturday.
When is that?
We have to attend this gala for
What day?
Elijah's school.
What day?
Friday.
Oh, bring the gala here.
There you go. We get dance around here.
We bring the videos to them. Just kidding.
Oh, we can do live karaoke too.
We can do. I think because Friday is a good day, so we can do then Friday after. And the reason why I'm saying because Saturday, I think it's a bad time because people
Mm.
probably doing something.
So
Yeah.
you guys tell me what Saturday or Friday?
I have to go Saturday. Friday's the gala.
No, we can do Friday. I'm talking about like
After.
yes.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm saying it, Saturday for most people are doing stuff.
So
For
Not
like,
this Friday.
so oh, we still do Saturday
no, Friday.
for the live.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. For no live. Wait, hold on. I thought live is Friday.
Okay, hold on. Time out.
No, we do live next Friday. Not this coming Friday, but the Friday after.
Oh, okay. So what are we gonna do this Friday?
We can't because he's doing something.
Okay.
Yeah. So we do Saturday for next week.
Yes.
And then the week after that is Friday.
We'll be the live. Okay.
Yeah.
We're still normal.
Normal podcast. No
I
live.
know.
No live next week.
No live next week.
The week after.
The week after.
Which is
The third.
The third.
3rd of May.
Oh. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. The third.
The 3rd.
Not third.
Not a third. A third. A third. That's a good
Yeah, you're a
discussion.
third.
Tree.
Third tree.
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 Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Hey, but tell us your opinion, viewers, especially if you're in the army. I think we had a question earlier that we couldn't really answer. So who's gonna watch the PP?
Yeah, who's gonna watch the PP?
If you identify as a female,
Identify as a female, as a
What was
male.
that?
If you identify as a bobcat.
as a bobcat, who the hell is gonna watch that bobcat? Like I don't want to get.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Identify as a bear.
Burr.
A burr.
A
You know
burr.
what I mean? So
So we got
yeah.
7 minutes.
7 minutes.
6.5 minutes.
Yeah. It's
Timer right here.
It's been it's an interesting topic. Seriously. It's definitely
It's very controversial.
very controversial. It's not to me because I really don't have a problem with it. I just what I mean?
No,
I don't
I don't
make
think
it
we-
controversial.
we
I don't.
don't.
It's just my
no
opinion.
problem. But the
Right.
problem is,
Yeah.
when it touches
Yeah.
policy.
It's a policy part, and then like innocent mistakes too that you make when people
Yeah.
take it too personal.
Right.
I
And
don't
then
agree with that either.
and you're not addressing the root of the cause. of the issue. Why do you have to identify different gender?
I would say it's not a problem if
Okay.
you could tell yourself. If you say that it's not a problem, that
Yeah.
means that you accept everything that goes with it.
Yeah,
Now,
Yeah.
if there's something
Right.
that goes with it that you're not comfortable with,
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a problem.
No. Don't. I'm saying because I think he's saying policy. Well, don't change.
but the policy does conform to societal
Right.
norms.
It does.
So it
Right.
will eventually change.
Correct.
Right.
So if the
Yeah.
whole society is going this way,
Yeah. I
then
see
the
what you're
policy
saying.
comes.
Yeah.
Look at marijuana.
That's true. Yeah.
You know, three states.
Yeah.
Three states approved the use of marijuana as a recreational drug. So
Right.
and
That is
again,
true, yeah.
it goes to nobody asks the questions. Why do you want to identify to a different gender? Oh, because I
Right.
feel like it. What do you? Why do you feel like that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's more than that. You know, it's
Right.
more as okay. Are you really helping the guy, the person that identifies as like
A bobcat.
a bobcat, or
Yeah,
you just
a
don't
bobcat.
care and you just like I'm not gonna deal with you. Yeah, you're a bobcat. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
You're a bobcat.
Yeah, but
I'd rather be a bobcat trailer. You know that little machine. Hell yeah, that's pretty cool.
So
like a skid steer.
Yeah, you get it. Yeah.
So what are you saying though, as far as like, you know what I mean? Like when you see someone that's like, I mean, how do you really feel though? Like when,
I
like,
when I meet somebody that
yeah.
no,
like,
my
like gay,
pronoun-
for instance, like gay.
no
Okay,
gay.
okay.
I have no problem.
Yeah.
I have no problem with gay people.
Yeah.
My problem is when they identify, oh, I'm binary, whatever the sexual orientation thing.
Right.
I'll be like, okay, why are you thinking like that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, are there issues in your life that you have to think like that?
Right.
Confirm out of norm.
Yeah.
So, and people, I don't think want to address that problem because they don't really care. They just want to say, "Cool, that's how you feel. Okay, I'm not gonna help you. I'm gonna confirm to what you want.
Ah.
You are a
okay.
binary, whatever, phoenix, golden giraffe, or whatever the case you might."
Right. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Yeah. I know. It's
Yeah. Because the whole society of the world, yeah, they might be some, not bisexual, but the multisex one, they're
Right.
born with both vagina and the penis.
Yeah.
That's less than 1% of the
yeah.
population.
Very rare. Very rare.
Very rare. So you can't say multiple
Right.
genders
Yeah.
are common and plus, normal. It's not. So that means there's a problem in that
Right.
psyche of the individual.
Okay.
And in people that comply to that person's want, they don't care. They just want to comply to that person. They don't have to deal with it.
Right.
So this is just for my curiosity.
Right.
So those people that are born with both, are they? What's their physical features?
I've never
Or
seen
how
one.
does that How does that work? Is it the more dominant would?
Yeah. Maybe.
So I don't know.
Male, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta research on that because I think they make him choose at birth what gender they want to
Right.
be. Dominate the dominant gender.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question.
So that means they have uterus too.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Both sex. I forget the name. Intersex or something like that.
Yeah. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're both born with both genitalia, XX and XY.
Right. The only
It's weird.
The only exceptions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't. I mean, you can't deny that.
You can't argue that.
You can't argue that. Like, I mean, you are.
Yeah. I guess
But-
you're both. Pick one.
Yeah. That is.
That is
Okay. We're gonna go on a tangent with think and talk about it too much.
Yeah. So what's the bottom line on this?
Yeah.
Sir,
No, go ahead.
to me, the bottom line is you really care with somebody, really
Yeah.
find out what's wrong with them.
Okay. I see what you're saying there. Oh, am I next? Well, the bottom line to me is I'm not gonna change my mind. Just I'm not gonna change the basic
Yeah.
based on opinion.
Senor?
To me, I don't even have an opinion. I just really care. I just really care. I mean, people are people.
Yeah.
People.
I like it.
I mean, that's all I got.
Yeah.
All right.
I respect your opinion.
I'll respect that.
For me, I do respect a lot of all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. It doesn't matter what you identify with. I respect you.
Yeah.
But until, for me, science is black and white for me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they show. XX, XY.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. If there's something beyond that one, help me understand. I'll try to see your point.
Yeah.
And if you could, prove your point,
Yeah.
or even if you don't, if you can't, I'll still respect you.
No hard feelings.
No hard feelings.
At the end of the day, I think that's the problem. They're making it too personal, like forcing it upon me. I don't like that part.
Yeah.
So we love you unless you don't make us love you anymore. That's my opinion. But on that note, we hit our 1 hour mark.
Right.
That's it for tonight's podcast, and for our top Slug viewers, thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit
the
that
bell.
notification button on our page. Thanks again for hanging out, and see you on the next podcast. Choo-choo.
Beer.